Hello, it is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword, so we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty crossword. I thought yesterday's Tuesday puzzle was pretty tricky. A number of you agreed in the comments and the Daily Solve Discord chat server, so who knows what that means for today? Will it be trickier than yesterday's? We'll just have to find out. And this mysterious edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Ray, Grant, Alex, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They keep this whole series going. I'm very grateful to them for those contributions, those very valuable contributions. And I'm also grateful to everybody else who has joined the Patreon campaign and who contributes to the channel in that way. Thanks so much to all of them. Thanks to you if that includes you. And if you'd like it to include you, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find all of the bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those four, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thank you so much again for your support if you're among that number. And thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That's a big help. Do consider doing so if you enjoy these videos. And finally, there is that Daily Solve Discord chat server, that nice friendly chat community you can join via a link in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by debut constructor Gian Breen and very much not debut constructor Jeff Chen, responsible for, I think, over 150 New York Times crosswords. So an unbelievably experienced crossword constructor, and it was edited once again by Joel Faliano. So let's start solving, see how we get on with today's themed Wednesday crossword. For blank greeting card section. It could be something like for mom or for dad. Let's see, let me think about that. I guess it could be for him or for her, maybe. Because let me think about that could be, What about this? Words said with feigned innocence. Moi, you might say. Sort of sarcastically or facetiously drawing attention to yourself. Well, or deflecting attention, I suppose, is what is the facetious thing you're doing. Debtor's note could be an IOU, so a note indicating how much you owe. So it is for him, I guess, is what this is. Greeting card section, okay. And then if you're in the thick of things, so to speak, you're mid something. Oh, right, look at this. Vodka plus coffee liqueur plus Irish cream plus heavy cream. Is that a cocktail called a mudslide or something? I don't think I know this. It feels like it might be called that, and it would work with the D, but I don't actually know. Explorers and this could be explorers and others in brief could be SUVs. I think that's Ford Explorer is an SUV, a sport utility vehicle. Okay, Olympic gymnast with 5 moves named for her. Don't know. I'm curious to see if I recognize it when the name goes in, but I'm not sure offhand. I'll take care of that. On it, you might say. Anxiety condition in brief. It could be OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Suppose it could be ADD, attention deficit disorder, although I think it's referred to as ADHD these days, and also I just think this is more likely to be OCD, but it could be wrong. But let's look at the crosses and see. Oust. To oust someone is to, I don't know. Move at a snail's pace. Okay, well that's to inch along. All right, so that makes me think OCD is probably correct. So who's the Olympic gymnast? I'm not sure still. Currency debut of 2002. This is a bit of a strange way to phrase this, but I think it's the euro. It's funny. I mean, the euro debuted in 2002, and I would ordinarily expect to put that in as simply euro, but I suppose the euro is true. It's valid. We do call it that. So there we go. We've got the definite article in there. I'm pretty confident that's the answer. So to oust, to boot, as in to boot someone from office, is to oust them from office. So I was thinking of the right meaning. I just couldn't come up with the word. Oh, Biles, Simone Biles. Certainly have heard of her. Okay, wow, 5 moves named for her. That's pretty impressive given she's still pretty young, I'd think. Feeder filler. Suet. Suet would be, animal fat would be in a bird feeder. Okay, so in the thick of things, so to speak, if you're in the thick of things, you're mid scene. I don't know what this is. Some LG products. Oh, TVs, LED TVs maybe, or LCD TVs. I don't think those are as common anymore. Oh no, that doesn't look right. Oh, we need the T part. Sorry. Right. So HD TVs probably. Okay, that was easier than I was making it. So what's in the thick of things? Midst. If you're in the thick of things, I don't know why I can't think of it. Ungula is Latin for this word, hence ungulate, hoof. So hoofed animals. Sharing word. If you're, oh, I see. Ours. We're sharing it. It's ours. Okay. Lessens as pain, dulls the pain, lessens it. Ole Miss. I'm sorry about this. I always forget if this is Missouri or Mississippi, and I know that that's probably a grievous slight to those from whichever school. Well, I was going to say isn't, but also is. So it's something. It's a university in the U.S., but I always forget which. Okay, Mid Street. Is that what it is? In the thick of things, so to speak. Mid-street. I don't know. That doesn't seem quite right. Let's keep going. Here's another one. With 38 across, rum and brandy and pineapple juice and orange juice and orgeat syrup and fire. A flaming something? Orgeat syrup is a nice thing to have in here. That's a syrup made from almonds. It's used very much in tiki drinks, which this certainly has the vibe of being. I don't recognize it offhand. Flaming what? What is that? Yeah, okay, it's this, yeah. Oh, midstream. Obviously. Yes, don't change horses in midstream is one expression that plays on that. So if you're midstream, you're in the thick of things. The process is already in train. It's going. Okay, here we have Jimmy of NYPD Blue. I've actually never seen NYPD Blue, but I know of the actor Jimmy Smits, and I bet he's in that. So that's my guess based on that SM. Noon in France would be midis, noon or midday in French. In France, and therefore in the language French. Beamed. Lit up, maybe? If you sort of... That could be used either to sort of shine a light on something, you lit it up, or you beamed the light in there, but also you smiled, you beamed, you lit up, maybe? Not sure. Let's try it and see if it works. One-time host with the segment Jaywalking. Okay, it must be Jay Leno, who's in the crossword earlier this week as well. Magazine with cover exclamations like bigger biceps, men's health. Yeah, that does fit. That seems plausible. I mean, I know that is the name of a magazine, so it could be. Actor Josh, who was once married to Fergie. I don't even know the Fergie this is referring to. Oh, the musician, maybe? I don't know. Duhamel is a name that looks like it. I don't recognize that actor, but that is a name. Let's see if it works. At the back of the boat. If you're at the back of the boat, you're aft. You're towards the rear. So to do a slow burn, to smolder. Yep, there we go. So, sort of embers or something, or ashes could be coals or something could be smoldering. Turn off course. To veer off course. C30, oh, right, this is the flaming something. We'll come back to it. Pitch. Don't know. Could mean pitch to throw, could mean pitch like, black tar, could mean pitch. Oh, sell. Yes, okay, good. Glad I went through that list. So to pitch something to someone would be to attempt to sell it to them, to make a sales pitch in that sense. Okay, photo gallery on one's phone. Oh, photo roll or something roll. Picture roll? I've never really heard it called that. That doesn't fit anyway. I'm not sure, but it could be something roll. Teacher in a temple. Rabbi? Yeah, that'll be it. Taken as a whole, in all. There we go. That sounds right. Market-focused channel. CNBC, so financial markets. So this is the business and finance sort of cable channel offshoot of NBC. Oh, flaming volcano. Okay. Right. Okay. I guess I would know this as a volcano bowl. I don't think I've heard it specifically called a flaming volcano, but that doesn't really matter. A birdie fly, the cocktail. I mean, a birdie flies in this. I guess because I think of this as being a shared drink. And so it's usually, it's served in a large bowl with several straws. Anyway, a birdie flies in this. A birdie flies. I don't know. I'm not sure what we're looking for there. Absurd is inane. There we go. So silly or inconsequential. Leave out could be to omit something. Structure that's subject to hydrostatic pressure. A dam. That would make sense. The hydro bit, water, hydrostatic pressure. Don't ask me to explain the nuances of hydrostatic pressure as it affects dam structures, but I think it's probably the answer. So what does a birdie fly in? I don't know. I'm not sure. Upscale hotel chain. Omni is a hotel chain? Could be the answer. A birdie flies in this. Bad. I don't know. Avignon, affirmative. So as with, what was the other one? As with Midi, where we referred to France, here it was. Here in Avignon, we're also referring to the French language. It's just another way to say that. So affirmatives in French are oui, yeses. I can't think with all this racket. Quiet, you might yell exasperatedly. Oh, badminton. A birdie flies. So what does that mean? Because the thing that you hit around in badminton is the shuttlecock. Is it also called a birdie because it's feathered? Maybe it is. Anyway, that must be the answer. Okay, the Acropolis now, a ruin. There we go, an ancient ruin. Places to dock are quays. There we go, like a sort of pier. Let's see, C46 across, and 46 across says, with 56 across, what each of the starred clues is. A recipe for disaster, right? Okay. I see. Yes, so these are... And yeah, that is true, because this kind of cocktail, with all the, with lots of juices, or in this case, all this cream, and then vodka, which isn't a very strong, isn't as strongly flavored as some spirits, you can just drink them and barely even notice. So they can indeed be recipes for disaster. Oh, here's another. Light rum plus dark rum plus orange juice plus passion fruit syrup. I don't know. There would have been a time years ago. I used to live basically around the corner from Smuggler's Cove in San Francisco, which is, by many reckonings, the greatest tiki bar on the planet. And certainly within my experience, which is considerable, but I mean, not infinite, but I would say broader than most. I wouldn't disagree with that claim. Anyway, there was a time when I would have been able to probably give you a much better guess at this off the bat, but that is years in the past. Let's see. What do we think this is? I don't know. Chill. To hang out. One of the Gilligan's Island castaways. Oh, Marianne. Boy, I think I've probably only seen 1 or 2 episodes of Gilligan's Island in my life. Do I think it's spelled with an I or a Y? I don't know, but there's surely an A here. Oh, camera roll, of course. Oh, hurricane. Okay, that's what this is. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Light rum, dark rum, orange juice, passion fruit syrup. Sure, that's a hurricane. Okay. So here, droll rye, sort of droll humor, rye humor. Okay, there we go. So what was this? Producer of the milk for Roquefort cheese. Right, okay. So a U. There we go. It's a sheep's milk cheese. Wins over is converts or I don't know. How some cafe is served. Oh, right. Here's yet another French answer. This is very surprising how many of these we've had in today's crossword. So this is au lait. It's served with milk. Cafe au lait. And once again, cafe being so the fact that so obviously cafe is in the English language in this way as an establishment, but spelling it this way to refer to coffee means that's obviously not done in English unless it's part of a menu item or something. So anyway, there we go. Cafe au lait in French. Apricot or peach. A hue, a color, a specific color. That could be the answer. Wins over. Oh, right. Charms. If you charm someone, you win them over. In the manner of, you've done it in the manner of this other person, you've done it a la that person. Yet another little bit of French. Look at that. Believer in the principle of I and I for the physical and spiritual selves. Rastafarian. I'm pretty sure that'll be right. Let's look at this one. Skimpy. Measly, a measly sum, a skimpy sum, not very much. Italy's fashion capital, that's certainly Milan. And Broadway composer Jewel, this doesn't ring any bells for me. Let's see, what about this? Light brown, tan, Jewel Stein. Okay, I don't think that rings a bell for me, but it must be the answer. Let's keep going and finish off the puzzle. Ways to go are not roots, are, I don't know, kick out is eject maybe, or, well, it could be evict actually. Could be either of those. Don't know. Small group of trees. A copse, maybe? You know, in a forest or something. Losing tic-tac-toe line. Well, we'll need to put an X in here somewhere. Probably not here, so probably here. So it's probably OXO. That seems likely. Kick out. Exile, right. It wasn't either of my previous guesses. And to horrify someone would be to appall? Oh, it's yet another thing. It's expel. Look at this. This is extraordinary. Look how many different ways there are to say kick out. Okay. Expel, eject, exile, evict. At least 4. Are there? Well, starting with E, I mean. There may be more. Anyway. To horrify someone is to appall them. There we go. So ways to go are roads. Oh, that was straightforward. Okay, fine. Ruthless ruler is a despot. Sort of a tyrant, and then Satyajit Ray's The Blank Trilogy. I think I've vaguely heard of this. I think it's a sci-fi thing. I'm not very familiar with certainly modern science fiction. Let's see. Sherlock Holmes or Hercule Poirot are sleuths. So this is the Apu trilogy. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not science fiction, but I believe I've heard of this author in that context. Anyway. These are fictional detectives or sleuths, and then a developer's purchase could be a lot of land. If you're in a trance, you're sort of, distracted or captivated. Green-eyed monster is envy, metaphorically referred to as the green-eyed monster. An invitation request is an RSVP. Look at this, another little bit of French. Répondez s'il vous plaît would be the full phrase. Please respond. And then hard knocks are raps, as in hard knocks on a door. You rap on a door. I think we've seen all the crosses there. Nail polish brand is OPI, which someone explained to me recently in a comment what this stands for. It's something very funny. It's something petroleum. It was some odd thing that you wouldn't think for a cosmetics manufacturer because they started out in a different line of business. Organization that enforces the Toxic Substances Control Act. Sounds like it would be the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. And a component of a certain cage would be a rib, as in part of a rib cage of humans or other mammals. To catch in the act would be to nab someone, and I think that'll be it. It is. That was the Wednesday crossword. I mean, honestly, I didn't really find that noticeably more difficult than yesterday's puzzle, which I think says a lot about yesterday's puzzle being maybe unusually tricky for a Tuesday. But of course, as always, these things are very dependent on your specific knowledge and even day to day, how your sort of pathways your brain is going down. So let's look at our recipes for disaster. We've got a number of what seem to be very, very drinkable cocktails, real recipes for disaster. Our vodka-based mudslide, our rum-based hurricane, our rum-based with brandy, but this will be mainly rum, based flaming volcano, and those are our 3, I guess, recipes for disaster. Very nice. Very good. Just a fairly simple theme, straightforward idea, and nicely executed there in the puzzle. And of course, the shaded answers here, the thematically related answers, are symmetrically disposed in the grid, you can see, which is always nice. There we go, from a debut constructor and a very experienced constructor teaming up for this recipe for disaster. Thanks to both of them. Thanks to you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday crossword, where the theme might get a little bit more intricate and ambitious. Let's find out. Do join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.